After landing, Walter headed straight to a local bar, where he asked the landlady about the ship. To his surprise, she told him that every Tuesday they airdrop mail to that ship. Just then, a drunk man approached him. His pointed gesture sparked an argument between them that nearly turned violent. In the process, Walter noticed the thumbs up in the photograph. Turns out the drunk man was the helicopter pilot, who had given Sean a ride last Tuesday, and at that time, he had snapped a photo of the pilot gripping the control stick. Perhaps he was still on board the ship. Coincidentally, the drunk man was scheduled to fly again in 5 minutes to airdrop some parts onto the ship. However, with the inebriated pilot before him and a storm looming, a hesitant Walter ultimately decided to back down. The drunk man had no choice but to stagger alone and board the plane. At that moment, another daydream took hold of Walter. Cheryl appeared, carrying a guitar, and performed Space Oddity for him.
This one goes out to Walter Mitty. He knows why.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
Cheryl's encouragement helped him regain his courage. Not long after, a helicopter took him to the ship. The drunk man ordered him to grab the spare parts and jump off, and to everyone's surprise, with courage surging, Walter actually jumped. Walter surfaced, only to find a shark swimming around him. He was forced into a physical struggle with the creature until a flat-bottomed boat approached and rescued him. Once aboard, Walter learned that 4 hours earlier, Sean had already been transported by another ship to Iceland. A kind crew member had provided him with a fresh set of dry clothes, and he had even retrieved a cake from the refrigerator. Who would have thought that here one could taste a flavor reminiscent of his mother's cooking? Wrapped around the cake was Sean's itinerary, which stated that the next stop was a volcano in Iceland, and because Walter had lost the spare parts, the ship was forced to dock in Iceland. Upon disembarking, a crew member warned him to hurry, explaining that a group of impatient Chileans were about to fight over the only bicycle on shore. Determined to find Sean, Walter desperately seized the bicycle and raced toward his destination. Along the way, he passed a small house by the river facing the bay, a place that, like Walter, seemed full of troubles. The lush mountains encircling Iceland resembled a scene out of a fairy tale, and while hurrying to the volcano, Walter received a call from the TED. He recounted his recent tussle with the shark, and now he was once again in a rush to reach the volcano. After hanging up, he noticed birds gathering in the sky, their formation resembling Cheryl's silhouette. In a brief moment of distraction, he crashed into a warning sign and tumbled off the road. Discarding his damaged bicycle, he sprinted toward the volcano noted in Sean's itinerary. At the nearest rest area, he asked several local children about it. When he mentioned the volcano, they all thought he was crazy. Spotting a skateboard in one boy's hand, Walter pulled out the Stretch Armstrong toy he'd planned to exchange for Cheryl's son, and unexpectedly, he managed to seal that deal. He then entered a hotel, only to find it completely empty. At the kitchen's back door, he encountered a man packing his luggage. Walter showed him a photo of Sean. Turns out, an hour earlier he had met Sean and arranged for a plane that was scheduled to depart from a nearby town in 15 minutes. With time running short, Walter paid no heed to the man's shouts, fixated solely on catching up with Sean, though the winding road ahead proved to be a daunting challenge. He picked up a stone from the ground, tore his tie into 2 pieces, and tied the stone to his palm. Nothing could stop a madman. Thus, Walter finally reached that town, only to find it utterly deserted. Suddenly, an alarm blared, and the man from the service area rushed over. In broken English, he informed Walter that the volcano was about to erupt. At that very moment, Sean's plane streaked across the sky. He dashed toward the erupting volcano, capturing the rare moment in the most natural way possible. Walter quickly climbed into the man's car, narrowly saving his life. His adventurous quest to find Sean had ended in failure, and Walter had no choice but to return to the company.